What is your name?
My name is Felix.
I have a question. What's 3 times 3 divided by 2?
It's 4.5. Bro, trying to get me on my own game. Crazy. No, bro, people cannot be real. This is insane.
Welcome back, everyone, to a brand new video. Today, I'll be asking people about the devastating hurricane that is hitting Florida currently, but with a twist. Make sure to watch the entire video and, of course, subscribe. It helps the channel a lot. Hashtag road to 100K. All right, enjoy.
How devastating is it that 30% of ocean water flooding Florida and crops? How would that cause restaurants to deflourish and stuff?
Well, first off, I find that very devastating. Secondly, without fresh fruits and vegetables, that means a lot of restaurants won't be able to supply people with goods that they want.
All right, what's your name?
My name is Shamia.
So Shamia, you obviously heard about the Hurricane Milton being a Category 18 hitting Florida tomorrow.
Right.
How bad is it that 35% of ocean water will be hitting South Miami and moving it to the skirts of the Bermuda Triangle? How would that affect nightlife and people that haven't evacuated yet?
Oh my God, that's very dangerous. Cause I know a lot of people in Florida. I mean, my homegirl's in Tallahassee, so she's not gonna be affected.
So your homegirls actually told you about that situation?
Yeah. She's been in hurricanes all the time.
Florida is the main supplier for cucumbers. How would that affect family-owned restaurants not being able to give them out as appetizers?
Well, I mean, they'll lose some profits in the making, plus resources, because, you know, inflation's happening. Nowadays, food is very scarce, so the fact that we're losing, like, cucumbers, that's, like, pretty bad.
I haven't eaten in 3 days, actually, due to the food shortages and stuff. Due to Hurricane Milton being so strong, radars have actually detected that 10 shark attacks will actually happen due to the tsunamic waves coming in. How would that affect baby megalodon creatures?
Wait, baby megalodon, why does that sound so familiar? What is that?
Because they're on the verge of extinction.
Oh, okay. I'm like, yeah, I done heard that before.
Yeah.
This is scary. No, that's really scary. I hate that for them.
Like, for the people that aren't evacuating, they're basically lunch and dinner for the sharks.
That's why I can't with no water.
What would you do if you were in that situation?
I'm getting the first boat ride. I might buy a boat.
Boats are actually canceled.
Damn.
Florida is actually the #1 producer of olives to Georgia.
Okay.
So taking that plantation out completely, like Milton is wiping it out, how would that affect restaurants having olive appetizers and stuff?
Yeah, first of all, that's gonna raise prices through the damn roof just for olives because they're so limited. Like chicken, like when there was a chicken outage or whatever, and that's when I think they started creating fake chicken, but that's another story.
Especially gas and stuff.
Yeah, and then like the ports and stuff, transporting it, like that's gonna be through the roof just because it's limited.
Yeah, they're expecting diesel prices to increase to $18.95 because of the travels and stuff.
And I take 87. I'll be damn.
87 will be raised to $9.84.
In Florida or Georgia?
Everywhere in America. Because it's the olives for all of the U.S.
You know what? I'm just gonna get a bike. I'm gonna get a bike.
You know how they make gasoline, right? They squeeze a bunch of olives.
Yeah, that's what the.
So when you eat olives, you're basically consuming gasoline.
Yeah, see, that's why I don't even eat olives. I don't even have in the drinks. I don't even eat that.
Baby megalodons will not be able to breathe if they come on land and stuff.
Why would they
they're sharks.
get to the land, though?
Because like the tsunamic waves coming in and hitting
Oh,
Florida.
yeah.
So you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And also 47% of ocean water will be hitting crop plantations in Florida. And especially in those crops, that's where they mostly grow zucchinis for Georgia.
Yeah.
How would that affect like noodles and appetizers?
What?
I'm not trolling. I promise. No, it's real. It's real. They're grown in Florida, right? How would that affect appetizers?
It would affect anyone trying to buy a zucchini, someone who like loves to eat zucchinis.
Do you like zucchini?
No.
People that like are like in charge of the crops, like obviously they're gonna be affected.
Yeah, the crop and
like,
the farmers.
jobs.
The farmers.
For sure, the farmers.
I mean, other crops will get flooded.
Yeah.
So they'll lose a lot of.
The farmers are actually projected to drown with their crop.
Well, damn.
So much for
joking?
this is all. Yeah, this is all.
Want it, then I cop it. It don't matter if it's pricey.
I'm a baddie.
She a baddie. She knows she a 10.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? She a baddie with her baddie friend. We're in a GTA. What the hell just happened? Like, we're in a GTA lobby. You know, like when you honk at the girls walking by on the sidewalk, that's what happens in GTA. Today, what is your name?
My name is Felix.
It's a Category 18, right? So it's the max it's ever been. How would that help megalodons not go extinct?
Well, I mean, I feel like a piece of Florida would be like flooded by chance.
Yeah.
So it'll probably like expand the ocean.
Yeah, it will be like half of Florida will be underwater anyways. The hurricane is gonna have the very first ever Sharknado.
Right.
Right? You heard about that? Like having the very first Sharknado because all the sea creatures are hopping onto Florida and like taking advantage of it.
Yeah, so you see somebody saw the alligator in their house after the hurricane?
That was an alligator nado that happened, like a crocnado type of
Right.
thing. So that crocnado isn't happening anymore because it's ocean, salt
Right.
water and stuff.
Oh yeah, I hope they know how to swim.
But you did hear about the crocnado type, the alligator nado.
Alligator NATO, yeah, I saw a video about that.
45% of ocean water will be covering Florida and pushing Miami towards the Bermuda Triangle, and it may get sucked up. How would that affect the nightlife in like Club 11 and stuff?
They'll have to relocate somewhere else until it's like safer.
Would you mind any of them coming over to your house and stuff for shelter?
Well, my grandma actually lives in Miami, so
Okay.
yeah.
Okay.
I'm probably gonna have to talk to her
Yeah,
about it.
yeah, you should. You don't want her to get sucked up, you know what I mean?
No.
Of course. It's actually projected to have 8 shark attacks because of the waters and the 15-foot waves coming in. So sharks and megalodons will be pushed out into the fields and stuff. How would that affect college students that are not evacuating because of college?
Death, like that means death. You can't fight a shark.
The hurricane is projected to have 10 shark attacks due to the fact that 30% of the ocean water is coming onto Florida.
Yeah,
So-
9 feet, 15 feet, right?
Yeah, 9 feet. Yeah, 15 feet. And how bad would that affect people that haven't evacuated yet in the shark attacks?
I think that it's really detrimental for the people that we kind of tend to overlook in society just because of where their standpoint is financially or situationally.
Especially with the shark attacks and stuff.
Exactly.
A lot of those homes not even gonna make it through that water, so it's gonna be sharks all through their crib.
It'll be catastrophic.
Yeah.
Basically. It's harmful for the sea creatures as well because the megalodon's on the verge of extinction, and if it's shown on land, it might be extinct.
Of course.
Yeah,
I think
yeah.
that's something to also keep into perspective.
Yeah, I agree. 20% of ocean water coming on Florida land. It may or may not push Florida 35 inches below sea level. How would that affect the turtles and stuff?
Turtles might drown. The homes definitely gonna drown. Basically, anything that's not a fish might drown.
But you know, too much water in fish lungs could make
They
them
might drown.
Yeah.
The fishes might drown too.
How would that affect our life? Because that's where olives are grown, usually in Florida, and they bring it to restaurants and stuff. How would that affect appetizers? How would that affect appetizers in small home restaurants and stuff?
It'll just make it more expensive to purchase olives from Florida.
So it may be pushed a couple inches to the left near the Bermuda Triangle. Yeah, so how would that affect the nightlife and maybe the suction of the Bermuda Triangle? Because you know how planes, when they fly over,
Right.
they get sucked into it. How would that affect Florida?
I think that it'll have maybe a worse sea life around that area as well, like around the borders, because of the fact that, like you said, like the nightlife and like light pollution's already like a big problem that a lot of borders around America are facing. So I think that going forward, having those kind of issues present will make things more devastating.
Especially with like the turtles and the plastic situation.
Right, exactly, especially since they migrate around like the beaches and the shores.
And we're trying to like throw more malleables into the ocean to counterbalance the plastic.
Exactly.
You heard about that?
I have.
We should prevent the extinction of the baby megalodon if it comes on land and it dies and stuff like that.
Maybe some type of staff to go out and see if there's any, if they do get onto land, if there are any of them still alive, to try and give them some type of medical aid. I'm
Yeah,
not
like CPR and stuff. Like, yeah. And sorry, I just got a funny text. How scary is it that 30% of the ocean water is going to overflow like Florida? How do you think that would affect the agriculture coming in from Florida and like the triangular trade and stuff?
That sounds absolutely horrific. Flooding would ruin a whole bunch of all of that.
Yeah. So we might get an extinction of olives because that's where they grow olives in Florida. So that's yeah. All right. Well, thank you for your time. I appreciate it. Thank you. How devastating is it that 30% of ocean water will be hitting half of Florida and it will be sunk 13 inches below sea level?
Very devastating.
What's your message to people that aren't evacuating right now?
Good luck.
Good luck,
That's-
because there's a lot of shark attacks happening.
Yeah.
Yeah. Panda bears have a 20% higher chance of being extinct. How would that be bad for like the panda zoology community?
Honestly, I think that they should have already evacuated the pandas and sent them back somewhere else. What is funny?
No, it's the first ever Category 7. That's
know.
why. Baby megalodons have actually been spotted near the Florida coastline. They're actually on the verge of extinction. So if the hurricane hits their community and the creatures in that area, how bad would that be to them? Why are you laughing, bro? How would the baby megalodons not be able to live if it comes on land?
I mean, they should be able to live. Don't they live in water?
Save the baby megalodons, right?
Save the baby megalodons.
All right. It's been bumped up to a category 7
Yeah.
due to 1,300 mile per hour winds.
Yeah.
You heard about that?
Yeah.
Yeah, so how would that affect like the nightlife in Miami when it tears through like the living situation and moving it to like the Bermuda Triangle and may or may not suck up Miami nightlife?
I mean, nightlife don't really matter
at that point
because it's real people that are being affected.
It's not a sneaky link, but you can get your creep on. All about the vibe, go ahead, get your freak on. She's sprinting, you don't gotta see the sneaks on. High heels through the night with a bee on.
My name is Felix.